85,000 players online. I can't find one game. Oh, my man picked up the Seahawks. I'm about to get street, son.
Who will be trying to lead their team to victory.
We got
It's the Seahawks going up against the Browns.
We are just a stone's throw away from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as we get set for football at First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. The folks here in Cleveland, even though all the down years, have never stopped supporting their hometown guys, and we got evidence of that a moment ago as the Browns made their entrance. They are ready to do battle with Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Defense in a good spot. Let's see how the offense responds with a 2nd and 13 now.
I hope we don't do the same runner play.
From the shotgun,
everybody gonna run with Russell Wilson now. Yep.
Flush to his right.
Like a bitch. I hope he's coming.
And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
You know, I don't think this is the last time we'll see that in this game. This guy has mobility, and they want to use his legs in the game plan. So there'll be designed runs as well as his scrambles.
And that is incomplete.
Now that's a great opening series defensively. You force what should be a 3 and out on your opening possession.
And great coverage there on 3rd down to force the incompletion to set up.
Oh, he's not punting. He's brave. Oh, they don't got no quarterback in team.
Okay, look at this. The punt team nowhere to be found. They're on the sidelines. Offense going to go for this on the opening drive. They'll indeed go for it with Wilson. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38.
That was good.
It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down.
Well, it all came together on that one, didn't it?
Big time throw on 4th.
Now that had to feel good, didn't it? Taking that type of a gamble there and making it pay off. What a throw.
And tough as a receiver because no matter how perfect the pass, you know it's 4th down and you got to convert.
A little bit of extra pressure, but he overcame it.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And he takes this one back into the end zone.
Alex, you won't like this play.
Browns defense has a touchdown. And the defense could not have written a much better script than that first drive.
I think he's by the dashboard.
The offense never got a chance to really get oiled up there, did they? But the defense, they certainly got in gear.
I missed the field goal. Oh, I made it.
Way for them to start.
And now the offense, they've got to turn things around and figure this out because your backs are on the ground real quickly.
Yeah, usually when you're starting the game, getting the ball, 0-0 is the only score you're worried about.
I just led the
now
Browns
the second time you get it, you're already down a touchdown.
Like, we didn't win the game all year.
That's fielded in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. As possession changes hands here, I get to talk to you about the Super Bowl. It's New England and Philly, a repeat of Super Bowl 39, although that one was in Jacksonville. This one, of course, in Minneapolis.
Yeah, I think the only thing that really changes is the weather, but this one's in a dome. So I don't think that that's a real issue for them at all. But guess what? New England has the same coach and the same quarterback. That's a big advantage for the Patriots.
Meanwhile, for Philly, everything's new, including a quarterback in Nick Foles that they didn't think would be there right now.
And I'm not sure Nick Foles thought he would be there at that point. But remember, he's been to the Pro Bowl before, been to the playoffs as a starter in the NFL. Yep. He's got a chance to play a really big game.
Scared, son.
Second and 10 now, Wilson. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. No gain on the play, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. They couldn't get anything going there out on the right side in the flat of the swing pass.
And didn't we have a discussion with their staff about wanting to get the backs more involved in the passing game? Huge emphasis for this game, but obviously the defense had other plans and really made a nice play.
On 3rd down, Wilson. And incomplete here on 3rd down.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
This offense converted once already in this first quarter. They're going to try it again here on 4th down. They're going to try and throw.
We going, Russell Wilson. Come on, son. I'm the Cleveland Brown.
In there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. And they'll start this drive with very good field position.
I don't even know who their receivers are, bro.
First carry for Isaiah Crowell. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Here's Kaiser.
I will run second right back.
Intercepted. It's the Pro Bowl cornerback, Richard Sherman. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Hey, it's
Charles, earlier we talked a lot about Russell Wilson, what a great job he did last year in 2017 as Seattle's offense is working their way back onto the field. But they're probably going to need to find a running game to alleviate some of that pressure on Wilson, right?
Yeah, you think? I mean, my goodness, when you take a look at what Russell Wilson did, he more than doubled the rushing yardage of Mike Davis, who finished second. And Mike Davis didn't begin the year on Seattle's roster. They went through a number of runners this season. None of them fit and really hit. Chris Carson, they thought was going to be the guy. He got hurt early in the year. But they definitely have to find a running game and get back to playing that Seattle football.
He's doing some slants right now.
Russell Wilson take over from there.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one. Force the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. They run it with Carson. And he was very fortunate there to get out of his end zone. He maybe got back to the 2-yard line. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. Wilson from his end zone on 3rd and long. And he finds
that was some bull crap.
And he's going to get this one all the way up.
I should have never called the defense up to the line. I would have gone.
It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first. Now Wilson. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Emmanuel Agba.
Well, their defense is all right.
And it'll be a loss of about 8. Play action. Now Wilson. And the grab made by Doug
crossing routes, man.
And he's brought down after a good gain. A good pickup there at 22.
I don't care how many times you tell the story, it never loses its luster for me. Doug Baldwin, undrafted, out of stick.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Myles Garrett in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Alongside my broadcast partner Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin hits the Seahawks with a football to begin quarter number 2. But they face a 2nd and long to start things out. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. Play action. It's Wilson. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Third and long. It's Wilson. And left side here, it's Graham. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. They get 15, but they still needed a little bit more. 4th down. Here we go on 4th with Wilson. And able to find Graham complete. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. That'll be a gain of 16. And on 4th down, they're able to convert and move the sticks. action here on first down. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. Back-to-back nice plays. 12 yards that time and a first down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Complete. Richardson has it. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
A gain of 6 there on first.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough. Swing the tight end free downfield for the completion.
And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. It makes it very, very difficult for him.
Oh, good D.
And this is going to be incomplete. Now, they've got to be a little frustrated here to not complete that on third down after having such a long drive going.
Now, you're talking about going over 70 yards on the drive. Yeah, did you say a little frustrated?
Very frustrated.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Very frustrated. There's no doubt about it. They thought they were going to have a chance to cash in the end zone. Now it looks like it's likely a field goal attempt.
So the snap will come from the 3, but remember, they don't need the touchdown. They can get the first down if they get a yard, and the ball gets to the 2. Here's the sneak with Wilson.
Nope.
Not only did he not get in the end zone, he didn't get the first down either. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And that will force a turnover on downs. Browns offensively getting ready to take the field again.
I don't think people realize the quarterback sneak does not really
Last
matter.
2 years for the Browns, 1-31. Worst 2-year stretch in the 98-year history of the NFL. Everybody knows that story. And the playoff drought at 14 years. Where does this franchise turn?
It's one of the great questions, because I was on the record last spring.
Yeah, I got out of there.
Looked about as professional a draft as you could have. 3 first-rounders, all of them became starters for them. When you think about it, Myles Garrett at defensive end, Jabril Peppers at defensive back, and David Njoku at tight end. All of them contributed. It looked like they were making progress. They've just simply forgotten how to win as an organization, franchise, as a team. That's the number one thing. Get a win. Get 2 wins, and maybe they can start to turn this thing around. Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the Tucker rule that they can fall back on anymore.
And he'll just punch it out of there, and it's not a great kick.
Why he didn't fumble that?
Just a 30-yard punt that time.
The
Seahawks are in great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14. They go play action now. Wilson.
Come on, that should have been an interception. I don't see why he didn't get in front of him like that.
Down to the 25. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? That sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. On second down, Wilson. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Myles Garrett able to disrupt yet another pass play. His third sack of the afternoon. They go play action with Wilson. And that is incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. The offense staying out there. They're at 50%, 2 for 4 thus far in the game. What can they do here on 4th down? To throw is Wilson.
Oh my God, son. How come they not in front of that?
And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15, just shy of the 10. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 1st half. And here comes play number 6 on this drive.
These men in the end zone.
Now Wilson on 1st down.
Yep, where you going, Wilson?
He'll get nothing out of that one.
Try to get him all to go out so he can run in.
And it brings up 2nd down.
Well, there was pressure all around him, so the only play was to try and get out of there. I think it was an excellent effort by him just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Now Wilson on 2nd down.
Come on, why he wasn't underneath like I told him to be? I bet you this dude goes for fucking 2.
In the final seconds of the 1st half. And the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up.
Yeah, he scored. It was on
Blair
some bullshit. I had my man play underneath. I mean, it wasn't underneath.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And that
he
will
did
be
a field goal fake, bro.
4 ticks left here on the clock.
I'm just going to run the ball.
That is one, no doubt, that may come back to haunt them, because the PAT tied it. They didn't need to go for 2.
I keep searching for an explanation. I know it's quick right here. I think I can search for the next year and not come up with anything that absolutely works. Kick the point, man. Kick the point. I don't get it.
They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. Now the Browns offense, they get ready to head back on the field. This is their 3rd drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a 1st down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a 1st down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to attain that first down.
And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. On the return, Jabril Peppers. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this 3rd quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the 1st half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments.
Oh, it worked.
So guess what?
It worked.
It worked. And now he's free.
A wildcat run.
Touchdown, Cleveland. A big play there. 69 yards. And the Browns add on to their lead.
Yep, it worked. I followed my block.
Point. And it's up. It's good. Our score, 14-6.
Fight the nigga with the ice picks, bro. Yeah, my friends and Lord gonna be here tomorrow afternoon.
Now to kick this one away.
It is officially my daughter's birthday week.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back.
Matter of fact, we seen them in November. We actually stayed the night at his crib.
They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
try and get things kick-started for them.
Cleveland,
and you know
son. I'm
at the
doing it
half,
for
they
the land,
discussed
bro.
how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play.
Yeah, Alex, I'm doing this for LeBron, bro.
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
This man do a lot of hurry-up offense, bro.
On second down, here's Wilson.
Wilson is nowhere this time.
That time, and he's going to go down. Myles Garrett. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon.
That's 4 sacks.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Wilson. And this is going to be incomplete.
And we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Oh, he actually
they're
didn't
just
punt the
totally
ball
out
now.
of sync, whether they're
I don't
running the
trust
ball,
this
passing
dude.
the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off.
They punt return safe,
Here's
man. I
John
don't trust
Ryan
this
now.
guy.
As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away.
Oh, he actually punted the ball. He's a smart man.
That's pulled in at the 32.
Damn.
That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the
I'm going
Browns
to try
will
one
take
more time
over
to see if it works
1st and
again.
10. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt?
Oh, I can't flip it.
Now they've established this run game.
Oh, man,
the
it
play action
sucks.
pass could very well be open.
Oh, he's got some breathing room. And
Yeah, this
taking it
Wildcat's
across
killing him. He can't
midfield
stop
and
it.
inside the 45. It's a gain of 10, and the Browns are going to get a 1st down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this
me
lead,
see if
give
he
it to the
playing
backs, play a little bit of
man-to-man
keep
real
away,
quick.
don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that
Yep, he
defense
playing
stand up and
man-to-man.
stop them.
About to send Gordon on the street.
Kaiser to throw it this time. They'll roll him out right. And some room to work. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another 1st.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the 1st down.
And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice gain right there on 1st down for them. Brings up a nice 2nd down for them. A nickel look by Seattle on 3rd down.
Yep, 5 defensive backs now.
Here we go.
They'll try to run for it with Crowell. And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a 1st down. He needed a yard. That's what he got. And it's going to earn him a new set of downs.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Now a play fake here on 1st down.
Give me that.
Caught from Browns. Touchdown.
Give me that.
Josh Gordon, an 18-yard touchdown grab.
Oh, I got a touchdown again.
Add 6 to their lead. A
Cleveland.
good sustained drive there in this 3rd
This is
quarter,
for you.
capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score
Feel like
advantage.
LeBron
It was
right
actually a
now.
fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
Gonzalez now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build on. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Looking to throw on second down. Wilson, they'll lock it with a grab over the middle. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Here's Wilson.
Underneath, son. Underneath, not outside.
33, good enough for a first down.
God,
19 yards that time for number 19. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
They need to, son, because I could have easily got 2 interceptions with that.
League-wide for a second. On Tuesday the 16th, Pro Football Writers Association named the all-rookie team. Who was on the ledger?
Well, let's start with the headliners. Let's start with the Offensive Rookie of the Year, Alvin Kamara, running back from Tennessee, 3rd rounder. With the
pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Emmanuel Ogbah in there with pressure yet again, and that's the 7th time they've dropped him here this afternoon. Wilson of the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. And we're back now here in Cleveland. It's the Seahawks with possession of the football, but they do trail here to begin quarter number 4. Wilson of the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
Don't let me down and let this nigga catch a first fucking down, son.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive.
Yes, get that shit out of here.
Pete Carroll rolled the dice, but it didn't work out. And the Browns are going to get this thing back.
Nah, he smacked that shit out of his hand.
And now the Browns coming out on the field. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm willing to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn into a play action, and throw one deep.
In the red zone this time. Now this time he'll look to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. K.J. Wright not dropping into coverage. He comes on the blitz and takes him down for a loss of 9.
Here we go.
3rd and long for Kaiser.
Oh my God, this
Pressure
dude's
again, and down he goes again. Cliff Averill, he's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks are going to bring up a 4th down.
It's good.
Gonzalez puts this one through. And that will make this now an 18-point ball game. And you figure with that, this game's pretty well out of reach.
It would take a heck of a comeback at this point. Being 3 scores down, I think that's too much to ask with time winding down here in the 4th.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. And Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over, But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
On 1st down, Wilson. He's going to float this one deep right side.
Give me
now
that.
A flash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by
Perfect
Jason
timing,
McCourty.
use a pick.
And a big
Take
turnover
it.
there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
And he'll be taken down, losing yardage back at the 9-yard
He
line.
calling timeout. Oh, because he knows
Now
the
the
deal.
Seahawks are going to take a
He ain't
timeout
gonna
here
come
on
back.
defense.
I don't know why he's wasting his
It's just
timeout.
their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. And he will lose yardage here back to his own 6. And now the Seahawks are going to call another timeout. That's going to be their second. They'll be left with 1 more plus the 2-minute warning, and we'll be back. The Browns on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 16. Off the play fake, Kaiser. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. That's incomplete, but there is
Pass
a flag down,
interference.
so hang on.
Oh,
A
roughing
big
the
call
pass.
coming
Oh,
on
legal
3rd
forward
down.
pass is wild.
So he was past the line of scrimmage when he threw it.
And as they say, that's a no-no. Got to be able to understand where you are on the field and not cross the line before throwing the ball downfield.
Here's Britton Colquitt now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. Returnable for Lockett. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
Oh, my God. He never let it get away. And he just scored a touchdown. I'm kind of sick.
All the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Paul Richardson, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Seahawks are able to close the gap just a bit. He has his 2 scores, but still a sizable deficit in this game.
Do you have him in fantasy football this week?
Unfortunately, no.
It's too bad, right? That would have been big points, but he is really trying to rally his team as best he can. Things are not going as well the rest of the way for them. That's why they're down with this deficit. He might need to score a couple of more times to give them a chance.
Here's Walsh now to kick this one off. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Here comes the Browns offense back onto the field. And I would say they went 3 and out last time, but actually they didn't even get to 3 and out. Still a strange decision to us here in the booth.
Yeah, let's hope they don't go 1 and out, but maybe, possibly, let's try and think with them here. Try and play field position maybe, turn the ball over, put it in the hands of their defense. Who knows?
You're a nice man. Now a 2nd down throw for Kaiser. He's got his man on the crossing route. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Big yardage there for the Browns, 18.
Now he does game. Run the
First
ball.
down and 10 now for the offensive group.
Let the time run out.
Now a handoff to Crowell. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. Again, it's Crowell. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Here we go. We're at 38.
And they're throwing here. Kaiser, he's going to air one out. And it drops
Oh, he
down
smacked it out my
incomplete.
hand.
Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
Oh, he sheds himself free. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. It's a pickup of 13, and with that 13 yards, this ball game just about over. And here comes play number 6 on this drive.
Let's go.
Oh, get juked. Get juked. Get juked. I'm going for a touchdown, bro.
And one of the whistles for a timeout.
He got me.
They'll
He
stop the
shoelace
clock
tackled
here
me,
in
son.
a game that's been decided in the closing seconds.
Here we go.
I'm going to score with these last 10 seconds, bro.
And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. And one of the whistles for a timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds.
So this dude joined the chat to just write XFL and NFL or something.
They'll try to throw here. Kaiser rolling to his... And they're going to get
I
to
don't
him.
know
A
who that is,
sack.
bro.
Sacked back at the 9-yard line. Oh, wait, hold everything. A timeout.
Oh, yeah,
has
I'm about to
been
beat him. I'm
called.
just trying to score a touchdown.
Seemingly silly with 1 second remaining
1
in this
second
game.
left.
And this
I'm just trying to
offense
score a
on third
touchdown.
down today, they've only converted once in 4 tries. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. Flushed out right.
Oh, he's
Pressure
shoelaces
too
on the
great,
tight.
and he goes down once more. And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams,
Cleveland got
no
their
matter
first
where
win
they're
of the
predicted
year
to finish,
against
talk
Seattle.
about
We did
protecting
it.
your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
We got this all on tape, so me beating him with the Cleveland Browns.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Browns, and they're happy in the dog pound as we say so long from Cleveland.
Alright, this game is over. Time to move on to the next game.